Oliver, like I said, those prices looked quiet, and they've been very quiet as of late. But today we finally broke out, and looks like we've got some action.
Yeah, finally, and I think a lot of that was spurred from the optimism in this morning's export sales report. We saw good exports. We were up 23% from last week, 58% from the 4-week average on the beef. And I think the biggest silver lining was the fact that China was the big buyer. And we've been talking about the fund position for several months now. If we could just get the catalyst to get the managed money excited about being long the cattle market, they've got powder to add. And potentially, we've started to see the tides turn. We got a relatively friendly cattle on feed report last month. We got a cattle on feed report coming up tomorrow. Hopefully that could be a little bit friendly. And we've seen cash firm up as well. We're hearing reports of 134 trading down in Texas today. So things are certainly starting to turn. And if we can continue to get that momentum going in the right direction, I think funds will be a lot more excited to add to the long side. And just to touch on feeder cattle real quick, too, down yesterday, but we were telling clients, relative to how corn traded, a down session in feeders, they could have been a lot worse than they were. And the fact that they didn't have a complete failure is very constructive. And we're seeing that play out today, breaking out above last week's top end of the range.
I'd only add to that is maybe, do you smell more weakness in corn by the way feeders are trading today? Could that be the case?
I absolutely do think so, and we touched on it in the grain segment, bumping up against technical resistance, and corn really reluctantly trading higher in tandem with soybeans and wheat. If it weren't for soybeans and wheat, corn would be probably weaker, and I think you're starting to see that optimism trade into the feeders, absolutely.
Awesome stuff. Thank you very much. That's Oliver Sloup from Blue Line Futures in Chicago.